Cheater, cheater. How to tell if your spouse is cheating. Remember, these are only indications of cheating, not proof. Gut instinct. Your gut instinct is the most important thing when encountering a cheater. If you think that someone's cheating on you, you're probably right. You have to trust your gut throughout this whole thing, because it's really all you have. Odd behavior. Anything weird that's going on, different behavior than what is normal for this person, is an indicator of cheating. But obviously, they could just be changing the way they're doing things. You and me, we both change the way we do things, and it doesn't mean we're cheating. So just keep that in mind throughout this whole slideshow, that just because you see one of these things, it doesn't mean that they're cheating. Mood changes and mood swings. This occurs usually because the person's trying to maintain two secret lives, and it's hard, so they have mood swings. And if that occurs all of a sudden, along with these other things collectively, it's a pretty good indication that the person's cheating. Rapid change in appearance. If all of a sudden they lose a bunch of weight, or they change the style of clothes they wear, or they get, if it's a woman and they get new jewelry all of a sudden that you can give them, that's an indication that they might be cheating. Change in musical taste. If all of a sudden they like a kind of music they didn't used to like, it's possible that this is because their person they're cheating with is into that music. It's also possible they just changed their music taste. So it's kind of hard to tell, but when you put all these things together, if you have 10 on a list of 12 things that your spouse might be doing that indicates cheating, then it's likely they're cheating. But if you only have one, then it can kind of be explained away. If they misremember things, this means basically they're just more forgetful, or they're misremembering things that happened that you two did together. That's an indication that they're kind of mixing their two lives together and getting confused. If they call you by a different name, that's obviously a pretty huge indicator that they're having an affair. Obviously, they might just be really tired and call you by their secretary's name, or they call you by their secretary's name because they're sleeping with their secretary. And especially if they're having sex with you and they call you by a different name, or they're asleep and they're sleep talking and they say a different name, those are indicators. And then you can look into that name and kind of see who it is. If they're more private, especially with their technology, but if they're just more private in general, that's an indicator. If they hide their finances from you, if you see weird things coming up on bills, if they're hiding bills from you, if they're spending more money, if they're just being more secretive about their finances, that's an indicator. Secretive with technology. I cannot express this enough. If they are buying a new cell phone, if they're talking on their cell phone and they hang up right away when you come in the room, or they awkwardly change the subject with the person they're talking to, if they have to go outside for a lot of work calls all of a sudden that are not really work calls, if they take the conversations outside, they're having longer conversations on the phone, if they don't let their phone alone, if they lock their phone when it previously wasn't locked, if they're secretive with their email, create a new email account. Some people, they'll share an email account and then in files write back and forth to each other so that they don't actually ever send any emails. It's a really clever way of just having one single shared email account. It's a good way to have an affair. And so you can't even track their emails without going into the single shared email account and looking at their files. So that's just one thing I saw on the web, that the way that people were cheating, or to, help them cheat. So if if they're being secretive about their technology, their email, their cell phone, their IM chats, their texts, then those are all indicators that they're having an affair. Especially if like a name pops up that you don't know. I hope this is useful to you. If you want more tips on cheating and want to join my newsletter or get my free ebook, you can check out my website at www.helpmyspousescheating.com.